I've been feeling generally nauseous at the end of cardio each time I do it lately.
Oh,
Electrolytes or something with 1,000 question marks. I'm having leg cramps during the night too as I lift weight. That's all we get. Okay.
This has actually happened to me.
You've been nauseous during cardio?
After cardio.
What was the scenario?
It was in high school. Mm-hmm. I went on the treadmill without having eaten anything.
Well, there you go.
I'm not somebody who gets hungry in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm not hungry. I will run, take a shower. Maybe then I'll be hungry. I threw up in the shower after my run because all of a sudden, it hit me out of nowhere. I like broke into a cold sweat.
Wow.
I was nauseous. And I was just hungry, depleted.
Wow.
Because I ran for, 20, 30 minutes on an empty stomach.
So there's
live and learn.
Well, yeah. I mean, you were young.
Yeah.
There's a flow chart of answers to this. Mm-hmm. So I think top of the list is going to be, are you adequately
did you
eating?
fuel yourself for the run?
Because if not, then there you go. That is 9 times out of 10 going to be what's causing the nausea. Mm-hmm. Now, there are people who thrive on early morning pre-breakfast cardio because on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you eat, that could also make you nauseous.
Yeah. Well, so now a lot of times I'll work out in the morning before work.
Yeah.
Like I said 30 seconds ago, I'm not hungry in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
So I know now kind of when my hunger is going to hit me. Yeah. I can do my 30-minute, workout, rest for a second,
get some food
drink the protein shake, and then be okay.
Yeah.
And that's usually my breakfast until my morning snack, and that's fine.
So, unfortunately, you don't know until you try with this. Mm-hmm. I've tried both. I've tried fasted cardio. I've tried fasted weightlifting. I would not recommend that. Good Lord in heaven. That was the worst workout I've ever had in my life. I have eaten a big meal. I've eaten a moderate meal. I've done a lot of these things. Mm-hmm. I have found that eating a moderate, high-carb meal about an hour before weightlifting is the best case scenario for me. Mm-hmm. And if I'm doing cardio, I don't have to eat. I do like to have something in my stomach, like a banana, but it's not the same type of meal that I would have for a pre-workout meal if I was going in to train. So that's number one. Number two, and the cramping part about this.
Is that electrolytes?
Yes. I would think with cramps also being present that you need to look at your hydration. Mm. Don't let me get on this tangent about... Well, actually, yeah, we're going to get on this tangent.
Get on
You're not hydrated if you think that you can just drink water and that is what is hydrating you. Mm-hmm. Electrolytes. This is a great word. Mm-hmm. Sodium, magnesium, potassium. Mm-hmm. These are the electrolytes. These compounds bring hydration into the cell.
Correct.
So you can, you get the little baggie, you put a saline solution in it, you put that in a larger body of water, the water crosses the membrane into the baggie, and the baggie becomes full of more water.
Right. Water flows towards salt.
Exactly. So your cells work the exact same way. Yes. One of the biggest misconceptions is, okay, I'm just going to pound a bunch of water and then I'll be good.
That water won't flow into the cells unless there are electrolytes.
You are just flushing it out. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, especially this becomes very apparent when I have trained people who are trying to lose weight. Obviously, I've been trying to lose weight. When we're on a lower calorie diet, usually we remove some of those fattier foods that also come with
very
it.
Salty.
Very salty, very high sodium.
Potato chips,
right.
Burgers, pizza.
So we've taken that away, but we have not adequately replaced our salt intake with either table salt on the whole foods that you're eating or an electrolyte mix, Gatorade, anything like that. Mm-hmm. So an easy way to tell, this is kind of an offhand way to tell, is for every 4 bouts of water, so 8-ounce servings of water, you should have a Gatorade or an electrolyte mix. Mm-hmm.
Or salt in your food.
I have found that the salt in the food is very random because you could oversalt something, you could undersalt something. It's easier for me, and I'm a numbers guy when it comes to my nutrition. I like to know I have a 1/4 teaspoon next to the salt shaker that I pour into my food. I'm a little neurotic when it comes to this type of stuff. But
you just started doing that kind of as an experiment.
Right.
Yeah.
But I am very prone to dehydration, and I work out in a warehouse.
You are very prone to, even in high school playing
I've been hospitalized
football.
4 times for dehydration.
Not in a long time, but in high school.
In high school, yeah, right. Because I've learned a little bit more about how my body works.
Yes.
But I work out in a warehouse. There's no air conditioning. Georgia, hot, humid. So I have to take adequate care of my electrolyte and hydration balance. So what I do is, and the brand is not important. Hear me and hear me good. The brand is not important. We use Liquid IV because it's at Costco and it's easy to find.
And it was $8 off this week. Everybody go to Costco.
You can use anything. You can pour table salt in your water. I don't care what the brand is. But I do think it is important to include some type of electrolyte packet, powder, whatever, to really ensure that you're getting the electrolytes that you need.
But like you said earlier, this should not be the only thing you drink. You do also need to drink plain water.
Yeah. Oh, man. Great catch. Because you get into trouble.
Well, because you see these influencers saying, you drink a packet of,
Liquid IV, element,
whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like drinking 3 bottles of water. If I've heard that once, I've heard it 1,000 times.
That's impossible.
Right. And so people, I'm sure, drink, 4 of them. It's almost as if I drank 12 bottles of water today. And it's like, no. That's not how it works. I have heard that.
I've never heard
many
that.
times.
That is so disingenuous in marketing. That is horrible.
You need to drink regular water.
My goodness.
Also.
I cannot imagine.
I'm so serious.
Wow.
I'm so serious. So yeah, you need to drink regular water, but adding in some electrolytes is going to support your overall good hydration.
How I do that is if you look at any of these packets, these electrolyte packets, usually they recommend 8 to 12 ounces of water with it. Whew. I overdo that.
I put it in 40 ounces.
40 ounces, right? So that way...
And it's still really strong flavor.
I know. Could you imagine in 8 to 12?
I've had a lot of people say, I've tried those and I hate the way they taste. More. It's like, you're not putting enough water in it.
Definitely dilute it more because it is very strong.
Very strong.
So that's kind of a way that I get my day started with one of those, usually a caffeinated version, which I really like. But I think it's important to start your day with it. And then for me, what I do, because I sweat so much, is I get another one in post-workout. You only do one a day. That's all you need. Again, individual difference plays a huge factor here. I am 290 pounds.
And you sweat a lot.
And I sweat. When I tell you I sweat, you've heard. I've talked about it. I go through 3 shirts.
You've sweated on this podcast before.
I just recorded a video a couple days ago, and I had to stop for like 10 minutes in between and go get a towel. I'm soaked as if I've just come out of the pool. It's horrendous. I curse my genetics, and I love my parents, but they really got me on this one.
And see, I don't sweat at all.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you sweat.
Unless I've been like running.
Even then, you get like red in the face, and
I glow.
Maybe there's like a glisten on your brow.
I get red.
When I sweat, dude, it's falling off of me.
There's a picture of us from high school, and it's after a football game, and I'm hugging you like this, and I'm like,
oh man, I wonder if
the look of pain in my eyes.
I wonder if I can find that.
It's somewhere around here. But anyway, so I don't sweat like you do, so I don't need.
So your hydration needs are different than me.
Right. I'm also half your size. Right.
It's summer now, folks. It is very, very, very important to focus on this because you don't know how impactful your hydration is. So, couple examples. If you're on a fat loss diet, like I am, being dehydrated can also mask itself as being hungry. So a lot of the times I'm not hungry. I'm just, my hydration is off.
Water.
And imagine if I fall into, an extra 300 calories here or there, that's putting me out of my calorie deficit because I was hungry when in actuality I was just dehydrated.
Well, and I see all these like cute, funny reels of like me. Oh, I have a headache. I'm tired and I feel terrible. My husband, have you drunk any water today? Right. And it's like, it's cute and it's hilarious, but it's also true.
Yes, it absolutely
Maybe
is.
you do need to drink some water. That maybe is why you have a headache.
So an actionable tip for every 4 parts water, whatever that is for you, 1 part electrolyte mix. And that can be Gatorade, Element, Liquid IV, Trioral, whatever. Again, don't care about the brand.
Doesn't matter.
Everybody's always asking me, which brand? I don't give a good goddamn about the brand. Get the damn Element and put it in your water.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about hydration.
You are.
I really am.
Well, and it's something you've really encouraged me with, and I feel a lot better
Dude,
now that I drink water.
I'll tell you what. The third time that I was in the hospital hooked up to an IV, I was like, I got to figure something out. This is not working. Like I passed out on the field.
Yeah, you had heat stroke.
Well, that was separate. Major heat stroke and then major dehydration.
Yeah.
Dude, it's not good.
Yeah. Don't be like him.
Don't be like
Don't
me.
be like past him. Be like current him.
Yes, there you go. Be like current me.